sama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
In San Juan City, the home of your Knights, they will be defending their home court once again against the Quezon City Toda Action. Hubert Cani, who has been one of the more prominent figures for Quezon City ever since his transfer here sa franchise na to, will be matched up at the point guard spot against Nico Panganiban and Orlan Momar. That's going to be a great matchup in the backcourt between these three players is going to be an important game para sa parehong koponan. Of course, San Juan wanting to gain hold of their spot at the top of the Northern Division, while itong Quezon City trying to move into the top 8 sa Northern Division rin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio. Juanito, this is a matchup that pits two teams that actually play similarly.
Yes. So it's going to be very, very exciting. But they are on different spectrums. Ang Quezon City right now trying to enter our playoff contention, a top 10 right now. But San Juan is on top of our Northern Division. So they play the same but in different spectrums of the Northern Division.
We also have the third member of our broadcast panel, Ms. Gianna Llanes. Gianna, good evening to you. What do you have for us?
Going against the heart of the champion, yun daw ang pinakamalaking hurdle ng Quezon City to the action during their last game against the Quezon Huskers. And according to Coach Egay, that might be their biggest hurdle going against the San Juan Knights today. He actually shares that he completely feels for the Abra Weavers with the game that he had just witnessed, but he cannot count his team out just yet because every time they face a team daw in their home court, it's either a very close game or his team wins. And sana daw it's the latter today. But unfortunately, JC and Josa Nimes will not be playing for them today. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. That's going to be a big blow to this Quezon City squad. Josa Nimes and JP Cawilan have been very important pieces of the rotation. Ito ni Coach Egay Macaraya, especially here at this point of the season.
Yes.
Both of these guys have been putting up great numbers para sa kanila.
So those two will be very, very crucial entering this ball game. Nimes and Cawilan will be filling out that 4th spot. So with the loss of those two, a lot really needs to step up. And in that game versus Quezon City, in that versus Quezon, they played a very terrific 3 quarters, yet in the 4th quarter, just was not able to stay consistent in that game. That's why they'll be going home with a loss.
And you look at the numbers here, Juanito, only shooting 32.1%, but they led for exactly 33 minutes and 28 seconds until the 7-minute mark of that 4th quarter.
Oh, they started strong in that ball game. One thing they can also do in today's ball game, but one thing they were not able to do was take care of that basketball. 21 turnovers against the Quezon Huskers is just too much, and a lot of help really needs to come off the bench.
Especially when you're going up against a good defensive team like San Juan, you're going to have to take care of that basketball because San Juan really knows when to capitalize on these kinds of opportunities. They just scored their biggest win of the season against former champion the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Rival nila yan sa Northern Division, and they got a 12-point victory, 78-66 here in this very floor.
Well, this game started out very slow. It was a very slow scoring ball game in the first half, but in the second half, they tried to run a little bit faster. They were more aggressive. That's why they were able to get a lot more free throws in that last ball game. In the 4th quarter, just really chipped away in getting that victory here in their home court. Let's look at these numbers. In the field goals, they were up by 4%, 40% compared to only 36 ng Nueva Ecija. Free throws, plus 10 attempts and plus 10 makes para din dito sa San Juan Knights. Rebounding, really one of the more important aspects of the ball game. That's why they were able to get that to win. Plus 12 on the rebounding end, and the bench points, everybody chipping in. And that San Juan Knights bench, 45 bench point compared to only 24 dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Well, the Knights only losing 1 game this season against 13 victories. They certainly are very aware that this Quezon City team continues to be one of the more dangerous squads to go up against dito sa 6th season ng MPBL. Let's talk about our player matchup for tonight. Hubert Cani and Orlan Mamar. That's going to be a stellar matchup in the backcourt.
These two can really control the offense of either team. So it's going to be very important on how they start the ball game and how they end the ball game, because that will really tell the story here in today's ball game. Orlan Mamar a little bit faster. Hubert Cani really able to locate all of his teammates. Pero ang pinaka-importante dito is how everybody else will be able to help these two guys.
Those are the numbers of the two players. Orlan Mamar averaging 12.6 points, while Cani at 8.5%. Well, actually, the numbers for Hubert Cani the past 2 games have actually been remarkable para dito sa Quezon City.
Yes, 8.5, 2.4, and 3.6 does not really tell the whole story para dito kay Hubert Cani. Coming from the Negros Muscovados, now entering the Quezon City Toda action, Hubert Cani has been very crucial in terms of Quezon City the past few games, and I'm sure entering today's ball game, Hubert Cani will be huge again para dito sa QC.
The same way Orlan Mamar has been the past few seasons para naman sa San Juan Knights. Once again, it's the San Juan Knights defending their home floor against the Quezon City Toda action. Let's go to Richard Tampos.
On the MPBL FB page,
YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Satellite Channel 53, and on Filipinas Live app. This is Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme. We get the starting lineups first. The Quezon City Toda Action Party List. At guard number 24, JJ Hesalem. Forward number 21, Ray Bienes. Playing center number 18, Jason Ballesteros. Forward number 8, Kenji Roman. Starting at guard number 7, Hubert Cani. The head coach is Egay Magaraya. Assistant coaches, Bong Ramos, Louis Bautista, Aileen Libornio, and Ian Valdez. Team managers, Martin Go and JC Tan. The team governor, Charles Kimpo. Team owner is Honorable Joe Bentay. And now, the MPBL Season 2 Tattoo Cup champion, your San Juan Knights. Go for gold! Coming in at center number 2, Mike Calisan. Guard number 12, Marwin Taiwan. Forward number 16, Zach Wang. Starting at guard number 24, Nico Panganiban. And at forward number 27, your very own from Barangay Salapan, Joseph Ubalde. They are led by Honorable Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Assistant coaches, the original Tapal King, Philip Cesar and Nani Pondulan. Team consultant is Congressman Brian Yansuan. Team manager, June Usman. Co-team owner, Jeremy.
Our starting five is brought to you by New Star Max, Win to the Max, Hubert Cani, Jonathan Jasalem, Jason Ballesteros, Kenji Roman, and Brandre Bienes. Para sa kumpanan ni Coach Egay Macaraya, para naman sa ating home squad, the San Juan Knights, they will be beginning this match with Marwin Taiwan, Nico Panganiban, Mike Calisan, Zach Wang, and Joseph Ubalde. Two uncommon starters here to begin the game para kay Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Marwin Taiwan, who usually comes off the bench, and Joseph Ubalde, who usually doesn't see a lot of action para dito sa San Juan.
But looks like Joseph Ubalde has a fans club dito para sa San Juan. So probably they want to please the crowd here to start the ball game.
Oh, he's a hometown hero here for the Knights. Ubalde gets set up in the first possession here for the Knights, just missing on the jumper. That line was pretty good on the jumper. Quezon City, as Gianna reported earlier, will be playing without JP Kawilan and Josan Nimes. That's going to be a big blow, especially to the 3 and 4 spots for Quezon City in this game.
That stretch 4 will be up for grabs here, and a lot of guys needs to be able to step up. Probably Bienes, probably Hesalem, but it's going to be very, very crucial that both those guys are not playing today's ball game.
Oh, Zach Wang extending his range out to the 3-point area, knocking down the first shot of the game.
Not a known 3-point shooter, but given that space, Zach Wang can really take and make that.
Yesalema on the left side, Cani. Hubert will take it straight away 3. Gets the bounce.
That is what they call a shooter's bounce. Hubert Cani, a few feet off that line, was able to take that shot.
Ano ba usually yung game plan ng UPIS dati pag kinakalaban niya yung NU?
Kay Cani, it's usually just single coverage on me. Kasi hirap yan sa akin si Hubert Cani. No, kidding. Hubert Cani was really good in high school. So the game plan really was send him to one side.
So he's not good anymore now?
No, he's still good. Look at that shot.
Okay,
tamo,
right on
tayo. Narinig tayo agad. And this was the same exact place where Hubert Cani killed both me and Javi in the UAAP Juniors Division. And here he is still playing, and me and Javi ay nagdadala na lang dito sa ating broadcast booth.
Sorry, but I'm still proud that we got the championship over them. We won Game 2 in triple overtime in the Araneta Coliseum. So that's still something I hold very dear until this day. This 3-point shot by our former foe, Hubert Cani, is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. A quick 6 points right off the bat for the former FEU Tamaraw and NU Bullpup. A stop by Quezon City. Quezon City, their defense has been one of the things that they have been very proud of these past few games.
Oh yes, you know, being led by, of course, itong si Jason Ballesteros. Everybody really followed through in playing defense. And that is the type of quality of basketball being brought in by Coach Egay Macaraya here sa QC. And the one thing they can also do well is shoot that three. That's already the third three of Quezon City here in today's ballgame.
They only had 7 makes against Quezon in their last game last week. Zach Wang going for three-pointer number 2. That's long. Cani with a board.
Well, the shots here so far have been made from the three-point line.
Cani at 12 points against the Huskers. Kenji Roman looking inside. That option to Ballesteros wasn't open. Cani looks at the shot clock. Reads 9. Cani playing the two-man game with Ballesteros. Hubert for 3 again. Roman in place to save. Jesalem gets it. Back to the corner. Cani now reading the defense. Taiwan still on him. Cani couldn't get the step. Jesalem forced to take it from way downtown. 4 3-pointers here at the start of the first quarter para dito sa Quezon City.
What a start para dito sa Quezon City. Just so much space in their offense. You just don't know where they're going. Off the drive, Jesalem was a few feet away from that line, yet he says no problem. From Quezon City to San Juan, that 3 will go in para dito kay Jesalem.
Jesalem, a 34.5% three-point shooter this season, getting Quezon City a 9-point lead here against the Knights. 6 minutes and 25 remaining in the first.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Kahit wala daw si JP Kawiyan at Josan Nimes para sa QC ngayon, si Lawrence Malyari naman daw will be playing more minutes for the Toda Aksyon. Kwento ni Coach Egay na kulang daw sa offensive power ang kanyang koponan the beginning of the season at masyadong marami ang minutes ng kanilang big men. So with the recently added guards, he's hoping they serve as scoring threats as well. Composure amidst the crowd and the opponent's experience ay ang kanilang focus daw ngayon. Back to you, Javi and Juanito.
Thank you, G. Excellent report. Well, they're off to a good start here against the San Juan Knights. Wala pang 4 na minutong nakakalipas dito sa ating unang yugto, and they have already had 4 3-pointers. 2 from Hubert Cani, 1 from Jonathan Jesalem, and 1 from Brandre Bienes.
This is really the type of basketball Coach Bong Ramos is implementing dito sa QC Toda Aksyon. They really rely on a lot of space. So you have to be ready to take those shots if you're wide open. And that is exactly what they're doing here in the first quarter.
QC is 4 out of 7 overall, 4 out of 6 from downtown, while the Knights are 1 out of 4 from the field. Those are a little lull in the action here. Not really sure what they're trying to clarify.
Or improper uniform.
Oh, and Quezon City gets called for a technical foul for improper uniform. I understand they're supposed to be wearing light today.
Oh. Kaya pala red and blue ang ating labanan today.
Yun na nga eh. Nagtaka rin ako nung una eh. I knew there was something wrong. Maybe just a mix-up in terms of their uniform, but at least they only give up 1 free throw and they were off to a good start. Let's see if they can sustain this more by getting more stops and knocking down more three-point shots. Ubalde on to the left side. Zach Wang gives it to Panganiban. Nico drives inside. Wang had a three-pointer earlier to start the game. Taiwan, top of the circle 3, wala yan. Wang the offensive rebound. 2 blue shirts right there to stop him. Panganiban, corner pocket 3, that's bullseye para kay Nico Panganiban.
All of our field goals so far here in the first quarter are coming from the 3-point line. 4 from QC, 2 from San Juan.
12-7. 5 ang kalamangan dito. Lawrence Malyari into the game for the first time, making an impact right away. drives inside and gets the basket.
This can be a very good addition para dito sa Quezon City. A very agile big man who can play really good defense. Can also switch up on any position. Coming from the Bulacan Cuyas, Lawrence Malyari will be given a good new opportunity dito sa QC.
Obalde couldn't score. Quezon City ends up with it. Malyari gets a running start. Malyari almost got the lucky bounce, but what a setup coming from Hubert Cani, recognizing the cutting Lawrence Malyari in the middle.
That's always been the strength of Hubert Cani. He is a pass-first point guard, but
Talaga?
can score when needed. Oh yeah.
Joke lang, yeah.
Medyo nasanay ka lang talaga na ini-scorean ka ni Hubert Cani. But this guy,
me?
this guy has always been a pass-first point guard.
Okay lang, champion naman kami. By the way, that high school team also had Chino Mosqueda and JP Kawilan.
Shout out. And also Enzo Batad was part of that team. I think also Pian Castillo was part of that team. Shout out Pian. I think he's always watching. Point guard of NU Bullpups as well.
Naku,
Played
di ko
for CSB.
naalala. Malyari misses on the second free throw. That was short. 14-7. Approaching the halfway point of quarter number 1. Zach Wang has been very confident about that jump shot tonight. Not a three-pointer, but still a make from the outside coming from Zach Wang.
No, watching him wear the white and yellow, we would give that space kay Zach Wang. But now he has improved that shooting para dito sa San Juan Knights and is now a threat on that line.
Bienes, same spot. This time it's short. Paparinal Hugnatan has checked into the game para dito sa Knights. Taiwan, what a drop pass. Great feed to Mike Calisan. Basket and one for the former San Sebastian Stag.
Fakes right, looks up, gives it left. Marwin, Taiwan doing everything in a short span of time.
Well, this was the setup para kay Zach Wang. Corner shot. And then Taiwan getting into the teeth of the defense and leaving it for his big man, Mike Calisan, for the easy deuce.
Just a smooth operator. Itong si Marwin, Taiwan.
I've said this many times before, but I'll continue to say it. I have raved about the acceptance of Marwin Taiwan sa kanyang role dito sa San Juan Knights after being the face of the Navotas clutch in his early MPBL career. He has gone on to take a supporting role para dito sa San Juan Knights, and he has thrived throughout the years for this San Juan team.
Marwin Taiwan will easily be a starting point guard on any team, but he is happy to be part of the San Juan Knights team.
Hugnatan goes to Wang. Does it settle for the outside shot? Felt that he had the advantage against Ballesteros, so he drived inside. And that's going to be a stop para sa Quezon City. Turnover for the Knights. Former Ateneo Blue Eagle Paul Garcia checking in the game for the first time. Abdul Sawat trying to race to the scorer's board, but he will come in at the next dead ball. Another 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. Ballesteros being pressured up high by Reynal Hugnatan. Yambing is also in the game. Gani drives, bounce past Malyari, step back jumper, that's short, not really his cup of tea. Gani picks up the foul on the swipe attempt. Sawat will come into the game finally, as well as Andoy Estrella and Orlan Momar, the franchise player of the San Juan Knights the past few years, coming off the bench his last 2 games.
You know, for me, still very underrated itong si Orlan Wamar. It's actually number 3 in our MVP race behind Justin Baltazar and Will Macaloni.
Those are 2 very tough acts to follow, by the way. Panganiban at the post, couldn't score against the taller defenders of QC inside. Nadulas dun sa kamay ni Andoy Estrella. Wamar couldn't make him pay. Garcia is the one that calls out the offense here for Quezon City. Ballesteros gets it to Sawat. Garcia blitzed, forced to give it up. Sawat with 4 on the shot clock. Gives it up inside. Estrella gets the 2 points.
That was read well. That motion offense was well defended by San Juan all the way up to the 22nd part. But that was a good find all the way to that cutting teammate.
Panganiban. Pocket pass. Intercepted almost by Quezon City. Mike Malonzo recovers. Shot clock winding down. Hugnatan takes it. No good. Sawat the defensive rebound. Yambing. Corner pocket 3. No good. Both teams missing from the outside here. Malonzo. To the cutting, Nico Panganiban. Panganiban drops it off. Kalisan. Sorry, miss. Second serving is good. He just really positions himself so well along that baseline.
So that's what you love about Mike Kalisaan. Never gives up, is in a good position, and really has good activity down low. So even after the miss, siya rin ang hahabol sa sarili niyang mintes. That's why he gets that offensive rebound and basket in that last sequence.
Kalisan was one of 5 guys who scored at least 9 points para sa San Juan in that win against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Omar gets fouled. The score is 16-13. 1 minute 25 ang natitira dito sa ating unang yugto. Couple more substitutions para kay Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Paulo Hernandez and Dexter Marquez will come in para kay Nico Panganiban and Mike Kalisaan. While Kim Lo will come in para kay Rin William Bing. 16 on the shot clock. Pumasok na rin dito si Kim Lo para sa Quezon City. Malonzo scoops inside and scores. This lead is down to 1 para sa Quezon City, 16-15. Estrella hands it off to Kim Lo. Expect Lo to have extended minutes here due to the loss of Josan Nimes and JP Cawilan, but Garcia turns it over. Hernandez has one more on the left side. Fast break score plus the foul para sa San Juan.
That's good defense, trapping the trapping zones. Itong San Juan was able to get that steal there, forcing Paul Garcia into a turnover. So watch that again here. Not an easy part. Quick trap by Paulo Hernandez, gets the steal there, sees a cutting teammate, will be fouled, gets the basket, gets the foul.
That was our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Omar completing the 3-point play. San Juan now in the lead by 2, 18-16. Under a minute to play sa ating first quarter. 2-2-1 zone press para dito sa Knights. At Quezon City gets it safely across. Garcia short on the layup. Sorry, miss para sa kanya. Hernandez, cross court to Malonzo. Corner, lock and load. Orlan Wamar from downtown.
You cannot give it to the shooting pocket of Orlan Wamar because even if it's challenged, it's almost automatic para dito kay Orlan Wamar if he locks and loads like that.
20-16. Apat ang kalamangan dito ng Knights. Quezon City was off to a good start before San Juan started hitting their shots. Sawat adjusts and scores.
It's a good rep coming from Abdul Sawat. Playing the 4th position for today's ball game. Needs to step up because of the absence of some players. And he sees a good driving lane there.
Marquez gets fouled on the jump shot. Medyo natakam dun si Abdul Sawat. That's gonna go against him. First personal.
He was actually daring Dexter Marquez to take the shot.
And that's exactly what Dexter did.
Sumapit pa dito kay Abdul Sawat.
You can't teach experience. Dexter Marquez has been in this league for quite some time. Those are his numbers this season. Still a very important piece of the frontline rotation of Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Ito si Dexter Marquez. 11.6 points per game. A little over 7 boards. 2 for 2 para kay Dex Marquez. 5 seconds remaining here in the first. Lo to Sawat. 3 seconds. Sawat behind the back. Fumbles a bit. Was able to launch it off well. Unfortunately, kahit naman ata pumasok yun, that would not have counted para kay Abdul Sawat. Zach Wang was off to a good start for the Knights Couple of jumpers for him in the early goings of the game, as well as Hubert Cani able to set the tone from the outside para sa Quezon City. They had 4 3-pointers in the opening minutes of this game, coming from Cani, Jesalem, and Brandre Bienes.
Quezon City really started strong here in today's ball game. Those threes really set the tone towards the first quarter, but a quick answer after Orlan Wamar was put into the ball game. That's why here to end the first quarter, San Juan will be going out with the lead.
22-18. This first quarter score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Kayo ay nanonood pa rin ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Because they're our rivals, it felt extra good. Yan ang sentiments ni Coach Jingoy Estrada pertaining to their last win against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Ibinahagi niya that he actually came home from his trip in Europe just to witness that game at hindi daw siya binigo ng kanyang players. They even celebrated with their favorite Filipino food afterwards. He did anticipate though that QC is also a very dangerous team to go against, especially with their added firepower. And unfortunately, Gamboa and Mojica will not be able to help the Knights today. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. Gaya nga na sinabi natin kanina, no, Quezon City remains one of the more dangerous teams to go up against it. That certainly was acknowledged by Senator Jingoy Estrada of San Juan. Wamar missing on the outside shot. Recycle here for the Knights. Hugnatan, the push shot. That's usually money para kay Papa Ray.
Good spot for you to be able to give it to Papa Ray. No defender inside. Easy hook shot para dito kay Papa Ray.
Lead up to 6 here for San Juan. 24-18. Kim Law pops out. Garcia meets the basketball against the fellow shooter in Paulo Hernandez. Garcia steps back. It's nothing but air there.
Paul Garcia is very well scouted in today's ball game after scoring 24 points a few games ago. Now Paul Garcia is being scouted well by all the other teams, giving respect to the name of Garcia.
Oh, he's being blitzed. He's being given different coverages in the pick and roll.
You gotta give credit then dito kay Paul Garcia. We did not see this kind of scoring when he was playing for Ateneo. But all of a sudden here, playing for Quezon City, he was given a good opportunity. All of a sudden, being one of the better off-the-bench scorers itong QC.
Well, in one of my reports in their last game against Quezon, I mentioned that Paul Garcia was actually mentioned to me that if he had more playing time with Pampanga, he would have actually been able to put up the same kind of numbers he's putting up with Quezon City. But he said that confidently.
Well, it's just too hard to do it in Pampanga because their lineup is just too deep.
Yeah.
You know, as besides Justin Paldasar, no one really gets consistent numbers or consistent minutes para dito sa Giant Lanterns. Even Encho Serrano sometimes does not even get the same load. So it's going to be very hard. But good thing para dito kay Paul Garcia, he was given an opportunity dito sa Quezon City.
Bienes, lock and load, bullseye for Brandre Bienes.
Brandre Bienes, he has always been a shooter, but to start the year para dito sa QC, he was not given a lot of minutes. But now, knowing how much of a threat he is outside, mas marami ng minuto ang nakukuha nito ni Brandre.
Hernandez misses. Estrella had that ball tap. At mukhang alam niya na last touch nga sa kanya. He's gonna come out in favor of Michael Are. Paing Are is already back with San Sebastian in the NCAA as he is an SGL player para sa Quezon City this season. So this is pretty much the lineup that is gonna be sticking around for the rest of the season para dito sa Toda Aksyon. Of course, kasama na rin dyan si Josa Nimes at JP Cawilan. However, they will not see action in today's game as reported by G. Are.
Ooh.
I don't know what he was trying to do with that
Pass to
basketball.
no one there.
Hernandez gets hammered there by Bienes.
And those are the reasons you cannot stay a robot. Sometimes people just feel that there will be a cutter there, but there was no people, no person to that pass.
Andoy Estrella and Ray Bienes featured in this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Three-pointer number 2 in the game para kay Ray Bienes. Hernandez takes care of business on the first free throw. Paulo Hernandez, one of the many MPBL players who have thrown in their names for the upcoming PBA draft tomorrow.
Oh, just from this game alone, you have guys like Mike Malonzo as well.
That's correct, yeah.
And from Quezon City, some guys have also entered their names in that draft. So good luck to them.
7 minutes and 40 remaining sa ating first half. 26-21 is the count. Up next for Quezon City, you have Zamboanga on July 19. A week after that, they will be facing the Bicolandia Oragons. And on July 30, it's a matchup against the Bulacan Cuyas of Coach Buds Reyes. Quezon City currently at 8-9. They are number 10 in the Northern Division behind Caloocan and Rizal, who hold the 8 and 9 spots respectively. Valenzuela is number 7 at 10 and 8. Pasay is at number 6 with 10 and 7. So still a very tight race for that bottom half of the top 8 sa Norte. Itong San Juan naman, they are number 2 behind Pampanga, 13 and 1. Giant Lanterns atop the Northern Division with 16 wins and just a single loss. 26-21. San Juan up by 5. Bienes picks up his dribble. Jesalem, the quick trigger. That's money para kay Jonathan Jesalem.
I just love how this guy is always ready to shoot that shot. Given that ball in the shooting pocket, quick release, quick make para dito kay Jesalem.
Hindi niya na binababa yung ball.
Di na.
Explain to us why it's so tough to catch that basketball right in your shot pocket, not put the ball down anymore and go for the shot, especially from behind the arc.
Because you're not getting as much of a rhythm. You're not getting as much power because you're not bending your knees anymore. So it's all coming from his upper body, yung tira na to. Reminds me a little bit of an old school Will Antonio, where he doesn't put that ball down anymore. So
tanda mo na talaga.
medyo lumalabas ba yung edad natin dito?
Will Antonio, ah.
But yeah, you actually see the shot attempt, the
the
comparison kay Will Antonio.
It's very similar, yeah. Ganun din si Will eh. Medyo sa gitna din. And very stiff yung kanyang shooting arm, which enables the shot to really go straight most of the time.
When you get that ball, quick release right away.
Are puts on the brakes. Bienes. That ball got swiped by Orlan Omar. That's definitely a foul on Michael Are. Omar and Are have been going at it here in the second quarter.
Orlan Omar was not happy getting an elbow to the neck area galing dito kay Michael Are. They put in a little physicality there, getting the steal. And right after, Michael Are going for the dive there.
Sabanggaan sila doon as they tried to go for that rock.
Wow, Soberano, this is his first entry of the ball game, 14 minutes into the game. Our number 1 in terms of three-point percentage here in the league.
Yeah, that's correct. AC Soberano, just a dead shot from the outside. 54.2% from three-point country.
Almost unreal. Almost unreal for someone who takes so many shots para dito San Juan, yet getting more than half of his wide-open shots. Itong si AC Soberano.
We just don't have the exact number on his number of attempts and makes from three-point country, his average. So very hard to see how much three-point shots he takes, but definitely a lot of his shots coming from behind the arc more than inside the arc. Bienes, that's also a guy who takes a lot of outside shots. At that time, a little bit too strong, went over the back. 4 na minuto halos na ang nakakalipas dito sa ating second quarter. 28-24. Maikes on the block there against Kenji Roman. Maikes almost walked Hugnatan, couldn't get the offensive rebound. The bounce goes to us.
You were wide open, Javi, but hindi mo tinira.
Ang layo ko, bro. Tsaka baka pagalitan ako. Dalawang coach yung magagalit sa akin dyan, bro.
Coach Jinggoy, Coach Bong. Actually, tatlo pa Coach Egay pa.
Yun na nga. I'd rather save myself. Michael Are, he'll take the 3 and he'll make it. Lucky bounce that bounced off the front of the rim.
Quezon City's 3-point game has been working on their side. I think that's a 7-3 para dito sa Quezon City.
That's correct, yeah. Already matching their total in that game against the Quezon Huskers. Hernandez to answer, no good. San Juan naman is 2 out of 9 from 3-point country. Are, between the legs, escapes the defense of Omar. Salem is wide open, in and out. Sorry, miss. Boy, don't you just hate those kinds of misses?
He goes in, goes out. Could have given them the lead. But on the other end, a quick attack by Orlan Wamar to extend this lead to 3.
Just tough to stop whenever he goes downhill. When he gets to the wing and he gets you on the hesitation, he goes all the way to the cup. Kaya
Almost a
kahit
done
na
deal.
may
Almost a done
contact,
deal.
he's able to finish through it. Check out our play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. That's the hesitation crossover that I have been raving about para dito kay Orlan Omar.
So that's why I say this guy is underrated. They only talk about his shooting and his passing. But he's quick, he plays good defense, and can also get to the ring and has a very good touch if he needs to finish. So, ang daming kayang ibigay nito ni Orlan Wamar, but more importantly, it's really the leadership he brings dito sa San Juan Knights.
A little bit too aggressive right there in trying to trap Michael Are. Orlan Omar could not believe it. He's trying to walk away from that. Senator Jinggoy Estrada also giving a small grin. It's going to be a sideline throw-in para dito sa Quezon City. Are from the corner, that's short as well.
And this team will live and die by that 3-point shot. But it's given them a lot of victories here in the season. That's why they're number 10 here.
They had 29 attempts against the Huskers. They're already up to 14 right now. AC Soberano, MPBL's best 3-point shooter, showing us how to do it.
How does he do it? We don't know. But this guy is just a born shooter off that 3.
That's just talent and hard work galing kay AC Soberano. Kasi minsan kahit gaano kasipag yung pag-shooting mo, di pa rin nangyayari.
Well, you actually look at this shot. It's a very good stroke.
Yeah.
Galing ito kay AC Soberano.
Textbook conventional stroke galing kay AC Soberano. Tingnan ulit natin yun.
Let's watch that again. You can never leave him on that corner. It's one thing to have a late challenge, but that is too wide open. So Jason Ballesteros got trapped on the screen, giving AC Soberano enough time to be comfortable with a 3.
Lawrence Mariari is our guest on the free throw line. Mariari has 3 points so far. Garcia checking back into the game para sa Quezon City, giving Jesalem a rest. Jesalem coming out with 2 3-point shots, 6 points in the game para sa kanya. Ay, wala pa palang dead ball. So Jesalem will come out after this free throw if it goes in. There you go. Paul Garcia finally, formally announces back his entry into the game. Omar will also come out. AJ Miranda will come in para dito sa San Juan. (33-29), under 4 minutes to play dito sa ating second quarter. Soberano being guarded by the lengthy Chino Mosqueda. Dave Ando couldn't hit. AJ Miranda short. Ballesteros make sure Quezon City secures possession. Michael Are attacking Dave Ando. That was a brave move inside by the former Rizal player.
I want to know how they were brought up by their parents. Itong si Michael at si Paeng Are. Walang takot tong mga batang to
Yun
eh.
na nga eh.
You know, they were not
Parehong mabibilis.
they were not gifted with a lot of height, but
Yeah, you would
they would have no fear against any defender. You gotta give props to these Are brothers.
Alam mo talaga pag hindi nabibigyan ng maraming height.
Oo, tapang lang ang puhunan eh.
Tapang lang. You would know. Are though missing on his first free throw. Quezon City is 2 out of 5 as a squad from the free throw line. 1-on-1 is 8 out of 9. That's also one of the good things about the Knights. The reason why they've had so much success throughout the years. They've always been a very good free throw shooting
Very,
team.
very consistent in terms of those free throw numbers.
Marquez leaves it
Wow.
for Ando. Big to big action. Unable to finish there was Dave Ando.
I've never seen Dexter Marquez with that crossover.
He can actually do a lot of things that guards can do. Hindi lang niya naipapakita parati. Malyari passes up on the outside shot. Scoop shot is in. Lawrence Malyari. He's showing the guard skills as well.
Very good addition para dito sa Quezon City, especially now with the absence of JP Kawilan and Josa Nimes.
Oh, Soberano might have gotten away with the travel there. Galinato near the free throw line. That's money para kay John Galinato.
Every time he gets enough space on that mid-range, especially off a pull-up, it's automatic para dito kay John Galinato. One of the deadliest pull-up jumpers here in the MPBL.
Favorite niya yan, no? Especially off the dribble. Parang dun siya kumukuha ng buwelo.
Yes. Especially getting it through those tight ends.
Oh, speaking about tight ends, Jason Ballestero delivering a pass in a tight end to Lawrence Malyari. Both of these teams playing beautiful team basketball here in the second quarter.
Lawrence Malyari already up to 8 points here in the first half.
Galinato gets it to Miranda. He will not be shy. AJ Miranda in and out on the three-pointer. Chance to tie or take the lead here for Toda Accion. Mosqueda working the two-man game on top with Ballesteros. Floats it up, gets it in. Chino Mosqueda. You know what? I didn't remember him having that floater game in high school.
Oh, yes.
But he certainly has developed it here in the pro game.
Oh no, Chino Mosqueda has one of the best improvements coming off that high school ranks ng NU. This guy was just a strong slasher who was long, but now very shifty, can do a lot, and can play really good defense para dito sa Quezon City.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of new things here tonight here at the Philoleco Center. Once again, Dexter Marquez coming from the outside, faking the shot, and then getting it to Dave Ando na di naman siya pinahiya doon. May foul pang naipito laban sa Quezon
And
City.
just doing it with one hand, looking ala like James Yap. Itong si Dexter Marquez who will make the counselor happy here in San Juan.
Andito ba si Idol James? Nanonood ba siya?
I haven't seen him here, but I just know he's a counselor.
Yeah, he
Tama
is.
ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Tama, right? He's a counselor in San Juan.
Along with Paul Artadi. 37-35. Lamang pa rin dito ang Knights. That's a hold against Dexter Marquez. Quezon City will take a break here. 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining sa ating first half. Dikit ang ating labanan, 37-35. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. Live na live po rin ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Center here in San Juan City. As you take a look at RJ Minerva among the crowd in attendance here to witness the last game of our Saturday triple header here. The Quezon Huskers narrowly escaping a big comeback by the Abra Weavers in our second game earlier.
That was a really, really good ball game here in San Juan. And looking like another good ball game here in our third game of the triple header.
Well, we did expect this one to be tight considering both of these teams have similar play styles. Do you agree with me that the roster composition is also almost the same?
Yes. Medyo mas malaki lang talaga itong San Juan. Similar play styles. Even the composition of the talents
Exactly, yeah.
looks really the same. But if you're just looking at size and experience, doon lang lalamang sa San Juan eh.
Well, let's see how that size and experience will play in today's game against Quezon City. We're all tied up at 37 apiece. Odaksyon with a chance to take the lead. Sawat, it's in his hands. That's excellent D coming from Dexter, my guess.
No, off that weave action coming from Hubert Cani, hindi tumama yung screen. So the single coverage on Abdul Sawat was enough to force that stop there.
37 seconds remaining sa ating first half. Another timeout called here on the floor. We'll take a short break. Up next for the Knights, they will be facing powerhouses in their next 3 games. On July 18, it will be the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters at the Batangas City Coliseum. On July 25, the Caloocan Batang Kankalu at the Caloocan Sports Complex. And on July 29, it's going to be another home game here at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center against the Davao Occidental Tigers. That's been a difficult part of the schedule moving forward para dito sa San Juan Knights. They may have gone on a hot start, eventually losing to Rizal in triple overtime. But then, ang dami pa nilang hindi nakakalaban na mga contenders eh.
But this is a very, very good time for them to be able to go up against contenders because they've already gotten enough confidence, enough rhythm for them to be able to go up against bigger teams.
Galinato gets the bounce pass to Miranda. Shot clock at 8. Galinato. Follow-away jumper, no good. Sawat gets the rebound. Tumatakbo dito ang Quezon City. Cani leaves it. Jesalem, too strong. Tibayan couldn't tip it in. Sawat is there. Adjusts. Couldn't score. Tibayan again. There's a push. That is not going to count. That's going to go the other way. Tibayan could not believe it. Referee Alan Manzano was saying, nope, I saw it, it was a push.
Just a little too aggressive from Jonas Tibayan on that box out. But both teams really trying to outread each other. Actually, both teams are playing a motion offense. You're right, Javi, they play almost the same type of basketball. That's why they're trying to scout each other at basang-basang mga opensa ng isa't isa.
Galinato will troop to the line for 2 shots. Both teams already in the penalty. We only have 6 seconds remaining here in our first half. Actually, I have a question for you, but I'll save it for the second half na lang. Galinato will be taking his second free throw and missing it. Still time for a last shot here for Quezon City. Oh, Sawat went with the heave right away. Could have had time for maybe 2 or 3 more dribbles before he went for the shot.
He was not aware with how much time there was left. There's actually 4 seconds left on that clock. But still going to be a very good first half para dito sa Quezon City, relying heavily on that 3-point shot. and able to tie the San Juan Knights here in the first half.
That's correct. Our halftime score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Kayo ay nanonood pa rin po ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ako po si Gian Alianes at andito pa rin tayo sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena sa San Juan. It is our third game of the night here in the MPBL and it is between the Quezon City Toda Action and the San Juan Knights. The score is 37 all at kasama ko ngayon para sa ating halftime interview ay ang team governor ng Quezon City Toda Action, si Sir Charles Quimpo. Sir Charles, your team really took advantage of the trade period. You got a lot of acquisitions like Hubert Cani, Andoy Estrella, Paul Garcia, Lawrence Malyari. Kamusta naman ang adjustment ng mga players na ito and how have you been making sure that you're speeding up their adjustment to the system of Coach Egay?
Okay, so early in the season, we struggled offensively. We perform on defense pero we struggled offensively. So adding sila Cani, sila Lawrence, and so on, sila Paul, hopefully nakaka-improve naman kami offensively, diba? We need to speed up lang yung performance nila or yung pag-improve nila sa adapt nila sa system ni coach. And hopefully mag-work kami offensively and defensively na sabay para hopefully makuha naman namin panalo.
Now, it's been a very close game during the first half. Binanggit nga ng ating panel na the composition of your team and even the system is very similar to the San Juan Knights. Para sa'yo naman, saan kayo lalamang ngayon?
We have athletic wings and guards. Medyo matangkad yung guards namin compared sa guards nila. And syempre si Kuya Jason Ballesteros, malaking advantage yun.
A lot of the teams are actually saying that QC is one of the most dangerous teams this season, which I think is a huge compliment. This must make your supporters very proud. Pasalamatan mo naman lahat ng sumusuporta sa Quezon City Toda Action.
First off, we'd like to thank the Honorable Senator Jingoy Estrada and the whole San Juan Knights organization for hosting the games tonight. Our team owner, the Honorable Joe Bentay, Toda Action Party List, GNT Plasticware, at lahat ng taga Quezon City na sumusuporta sa team. Tuloy-tuloy lang sa pagsuporta and I'd like to take this opportunity to invite yung fans ng MPBL. Meron tayong home game sa July 30 against Bulacan. Hopefully makita namin kayo. Salamat.
Thank you very much once again. That was the team governor of the Quezon City Toda Action, Sir Charles Quimpo. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
halftime between the San Juan Knights and the Quezon City Toda Action. We are back to square one after the first 20 minutes of action. We're all tied up at 37 apiece here at the Philoil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City. The final game of our Saturday triple header dito sa Marlica Pilipinas Basketball League. Ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Gianna Lianes. Numbers here after the first 20 minutes of action, Juanito.
Well, you know, it's been a very close game to start this ball game. Quezon City really playing much more efficient in terms of field goals. 46% para dito sa QC. Also scoring 4 more three-pointers. The three-point game has really went the side of the QC. But on the other end, San Juan has been trying to run and has been extra active in terms of getting that offensive rebounds. But it's been a very slow first half we're having. Very good defensive ball game in terms of both teams. So let's see whose adjustment will be better here in the second half.
All right, I was supposed to ask you this earlier kaya na patapos na yung ating second quarter kanina. When you're going up against a team that has almost the same system that as you have, how do you actually counter that?
You know, you have to be able to go to the smaller detail. You have to be able to scout their tendencies, look for your advantage, and be able to try and maximize on those small things. Because in the bigger picture, you play alike. So you have to be able to go into detail and try and get that advantage.
Leading scorer, that's not J. Mark Malyari, that's Lawrence Malyari para sa Quezon City. Unlikely leading scorer para dito sa Quezon City. Joined by Bienes, Cani, and Jesalem, who both have 2 3-point shots each para sa Quezon City in that first half. For San Juan, it's Orlan Omar leading the way with 7 points off the bench. Zach Wang has 5, Calisaan and Hernandez with 4 each.
Everybody getting a burn actually in the first half para dito San Juan Knights. So I expect a lot more Mike Calisaan minutes entering the second half.
Cani, Jesalem, Roman, Bienes, Ballesteros, the starting 5 here in the third quarter para dito sa Quezon City. They are matched up against Wang, Tajonera, Miranda, Calisaan, and AC Soberano. Cani gets the step, floater inside the lane. Tough angle to work with. Ballesteros couldn't get to it. Zach Wang, oh, he had that ball poked from behind. Look at Hubert Cani making that play happen. Quezon City with a possession. Jesalem pulls back. Not enough backup.
Hubert's a little hurt here.
I think he got hit in the eye when he went to dive for that basketball. Lob pass inside. Ballesteros in trouble. Cani still goes for the shot. Oh, that was halfway down. Could have been a good play para sa Quezon City.
That was a good find coming from Jason Ballesteros, getting a double on the inside. Someone was bound to get open.
Tajonera thought of the 3. Instead goes to the left side. Miranda matched up here against the taller Jason Ballesteros. Goes for the 3-point shot. That's no good. Wang tries to chase it. Could not get a proper hold of that rock. That's going to be Quezon City basketball.
Much more taller 5 para sa San Juan here to start the second half. AJ Miranda playing that point guard position. Probably to better match up itong si Hubert Cani to start the quarter.
Again, if you just tuned in, no Jocelyn Nimes, no JP Kawilan in this game para dito sa Quezon City. So they're playing short-handed at the 3 and 4 position for this matchup against one of the top teams in the Northern Division in the San Juan Knights. 13 and 1, only second to the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Soberano, nobody on him.
Just too relaxed on that shot. No one helping out itong si AC Soberano on that fast break opportunity. Easy 2 para dito kay AC.
First basket of the second half. Jesalem. Ballesteros trying to find either Bienes or Ballesteros on that left corner. There's a foul on a hold by Zach Wang. That's going to be personal foul number 1 on Zach Wang.
14 seconds to shoot.
Ballesteros waiting for the play to develop here. Could have handed off safely to Cani, but here he is with a rock. Cani rejects the screen by Roman. He's just so good at working those angles when he drives.
You know, he's not the quickest. He is not the strongest. But he just knows how to use the angles enough for him to be that deadly. And he can shoot it from the outside. Daming pwede ibigay nito ni Hubert Cani. Even with all those things, Hubert Kani will always be deadly here in the court.
Kani with the rock again. Spins. Tried to create separation against AJ Miranda. Oh, I think that's a bailout call para kay Hubert Kani. Almost good defense play to the very last second by AJ Miranda.
That's 3 fouls in 2.5 minutes para dito sa San Juan Knights. Oh yeah, I think that should have been 2 shots.
He was definitely in a shooting motion there, but our referees will not grant it. It's just a baseline throw in here for the QC team. Poor pass there by Jesalem, easily picked up by AJ Miranda. Soberano, bullets a pass to the left side. Zach Wang push shot, that's short. He knew it already. Kani leaves it for Jesalem. Jesalem, stop and pop. That's money para kay Jonathan Jesalem.
And what a thing of beauty para dito kay Jesalem. Off the dribble, he saw that the red shirts were all running down to the paint, giving him enough space for that pull-up jumper.
Only a 2-point shot. He was stepping on the line, so we're tied at 39 all. Both teams with just a single bucket here so far in the third quarter. Tahonera missing badly. Rebound taken by Calisan. He's so good underneath.
You know, whenever he gets that position, that's an automatic 2 para dito kay Mike Calisan. He will continue pushing down and get to his spot. And that is a good 2-pointer para dito kay Mike.
Jesalem pops out. 3-pointer on the way. Down and through para kay Jesalem.
Quick release on quick release. Quick 5 points para dito kay Jesalem to get the lead.
Jesalem now with 9 points in the game. Actually, no, 11 na nga pala. Calisaan leans in. Gets the foul on Jason Ballesteros. Well, good for QC. That's only the first personal laban dito kay Jason. Jesalem stopping and popping. He stepped on the line. It's still a good shot for the shooter of Quezon City. And here he is popping out of the screen on the right side, knocking down the 3-point shot from straight away.
Off the dribble, moving without the basketball. Jesalem shows that he is a pure shooter wherever he gets it. And that is a quick 11 points and getting the lead para sa QC.
Calisan able to sink the first free throw. Almost 4 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 2 for 2 for Mike Calisan. 8 points, 3 rebounds in the game for the big man out of San Sebastian. And speaking of San Sebastian, another former Stag will check in para naman sa Quezon City, Rinwell Yambing.
He actually used to play for San Juan Knights as well.
Yeah, that's correct. Playing against his former squad. Ito si Rinwell Yambing. Yambing has it against Wang. Gives it up to Kani. Shot clock winding down. Kani to the left side. Yambing will launch. Off the mark. Calisan slips. Not quite sure if it happened because a Quezon City player pushed him. No whistle was blown, so play will carry on here. Miranda breaking down his defense. Tahonera, he loves that spot. Too strong on the attempt.
San Juan really loves putting in those stretch fours on that middle part, either Tahonera or Dexter Maiken.
Tough shot there by Kani. Rebound taken by Zach Wang. Soberano, trail job, 3-pointer on the way, no. Gino Mosqueda says, let's slow things down. Leaves it for Yambing, gives it up, corner pocket 3. Bullseye para kay Hubert Kani.
5 versus 4 break, Redwell by Quezon City that time. Late on the recovery was Mike Calisaan, leaving someone wide open, and it was Hubert Kani on the corner.
9 points in the game para kay Hubert Kani, all on 3-point shots. Also has 2 rebounds and 3 assists. Miranda trying to drive on Yambing. Difficult shot right there, no bounce. Ball ending up in the hands of San Juan again. Soberano, lock and load, short.
But not always will we see AC Soberano miss 2 straight wide open shots, especially on an angle where he is comfortable.
He loves those wing spots now on the floor. Mosqueda, free throw line jumper. That was strong. And Jonas Tibayan nahuli dun sa ilalim.
Watch that again. 5 versus 4. Quick swing to the corner. Wide open is Hubert Cani. And that's going to be the third three-pointer made para dito kay Hubert.
8 3-point shots in total sa laro na to para sa Quezon City out of 20 attempts. San Juan is struggling in that department at 3 out of 16.
I think that's why they'll be putting back in itong si Orlan Wamar to stretch out the floor para dito sa San Juan Knights.
Nico Panganiban is also back in the game para kay Senator Jinggoy Estrada. That's off San Juan player. It's going to be a turnover for the Knights, but Nico Panganiban's asking for a challenge.
Oh, there they go.
Senator Jinggoy Estrada was already calling for that challenge.
A little
Wasn't
late.
given to him, yeah.
A little late. Medyo pinag-usapan na pa kasi nila ni Nico Panganiban eh. So the referee decided to start the ball already.
Estrella gets a screen from Sawat. Yambing. Crossover, step back, three-pointer, off to the left. Sawat gets it back for QC.
The 50-50 balls have been going the side of QC. That's why they've been getting a lot more opportunities here.
Estrella, the lob to Yambing. Alley-oop. Yambing was fouled.
That was actually a shooting angle already para dito kay Andoy Estrella. Could have been a layup or a floater, but decided that he wanted to give it to a running backdoor in Rinwell Yambing.
What a luxury it is to have guys you can lob it to like Rinwell Yambing.
It reminds me of a very young KG Canaleta. You have 2 roles, to jump and to shoot the 3.
Actually, yeah. Mas matangkad lang talaga si KG. No?
Yes. With the same exact long wing who can shoot the 3, who can jump as well. A guy you would either put in the 3-point contest or the dunk contest, parehas competitive.
I don't know if we have rules preventing players from joining 2 contests in the All-Star Day, but he certainly will be a good fit for both the 3-point contest and the slam dunk affair. Panganiban breaks away from the defense of Estrella. Kinuyog siya dun ng dalawang naka-asul.
Defense of Quezon City has been on point here in this ball game. They've been limiting San Juan the whole ball game, even only 6 points here in the 3rd quarter.
Panganiban will be taking 2 free throws here. Panganiban had 14 points. He was actually the top scorer for the Knights in that victory against Nueva Ecija. Biggest victory so far para sa Knights this season. That game against the Rice Vanguards here at the Philoil Eco Oil Center. Panganiban gets the second one to go. Surprisingly, only very low numbers this season para kay Nico Panganiban. 6.4 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. 46-45, Yambing. On top to Ballesteros. Estrella asking for it. Estrella rejects the Ballesteros pick. Sawat hesitates. Euro, what a beauty there by Abdul Sawat. Everything but the shot. And Calisan is cherry picking on the other side.
Strength of Mike Calisan. This guy loves running every time you miss or you get a turnover. Easy 2 para dito kay Mike off the fast break.
The Knights back in the lead, 47-46. Under 3 minutes to play dito sa ating 3rd quarter. Ballesteros needs a teammate, gets it to Yambing. Yambing's pass almost picked off there by Malonzo. Estrella will take it from downtown. Well challenged, and it was a few feet away from the line. Panganiban bumped, kicks it out, corner pocket 3, bullseye para kay Orlan Omar.
Finally, a 3-point make para dito sa San Juan off the attack of Nico Panganiban. Everybody helping out inside, all the blue shirts inside. Someone was about to get open on the corner, and it was Orlan Wamar off that assist dito kay Nico Panganiban.
Panganiban getting the attention there inside, which forced Estrella to close out late, and Orlan Omar making him pay. 5-0 run here for the Knights. 2 minutes and 33 ang natitira sa ating third quarter. Panganiban, as I mentioned, top scorer for San Juan against Nueva Ecija, 14 points, 4 rebounds, and a couple of assists. 5 out of 6 from the free throw line, 4 out of 7 from the field.
Nico Panganiban, always one of the staples dito para sa San Juan Knights. Not a very consistent season para dito kay Nico Panganiban, but always steps up when needed for the Knights. So far here, only 5 points para dito kay Nico, but here in the second half, he's been doing a lot more load, a lot more attacks, and getting that last assist dito kay Orlan Omar.
And I think, him being put in the starting lineup is a sign for him to actually be producing more.
Nico Panganiban, we know his talent. We know his capabilities. It's just a matter of him getting the chances to prove himself being a star here in the league.
50-46, Jesalem. It's a screen from Sawat, but Panganiban still on him. Marcos Sari, he can hit that, just missed on that try. Coach Egay Macaraya says, sige, good shot naman yan. Bawi tayo sa depensa. 2 minutes and change ang natitira dito sa ating third quarter. Kalisan, he has that. Too strong, nobody boxing out. Mike Malonzo, how could that happen?
Interesting rotation para dito sa San Juan Knights. They're putting Mike Malonzo at that 3 position. They usually use him at the 4, but now they want to be able to get a little more length, and he will be playing that 3 position.
Kalisan getting the pass there from Mike Malonzo. That's our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Malonzo getting his first free throw. 16-5 in terms of fast break points. Advantage San Juan Knights. The Knights had only 9 fast break points against Nueva Ecija. Can you believe that?
It was a very slow ball game in the first half, especially.
A lot of half-court basketball being played in that match.
That's why they were able to get that lead, because they played a little bit faster in the second half. Itong San Juan Knights, and they were able to chip in and slowly get that lead in the fourth quarter.
Quezon City gets it to Paul Garcia. Toda Accion does not want to fall into a deep hole here against San Juan. Omar sees Hugnatan. A foul there against Paul Garcia. That's always going to be a handful, especially if you're the smaller player going up and trying to defend Reynel Hugnatan.
Only little you can do if Reynel Hugnatan already gets to his spot. It's actually a smart foul para dito kay Paul Garcia, limiting the fast break opportunity, but that will lead them into penalty here.
1 minute and 28 remaining. There you see the free throw story. 14 out of 18 for San Juan, while Quezon City is 4 out of 8.
There's a call here.
Referee Alan Manzano calling a warning against Quezon City.
12 more attempts para dito sa San Juan in terms of free throws, meaning they're much more aggressive in terms of attacking here in this ball game. Quezon City relying heavily on the three-point shot will not get them to the free throw line a lot.
Lead now up to 8. Pressure applied here. Malonzo, that's unnecessary if you ask me.
It was a trapping corner, but no need para dito kay Mike Malonzo to get and try and swipe it away. Could have just put up his hands there.
Well, both teams already over the limit. Sorry, no, only San Juan. Quezon City still has... Oh yeah, both teams are over the limit. Sawat gets the first free throw. There you see Coach Egay Macaraya.
Another guy entering the draft tomorrow, Abdul Sawat. Mike Malonzo, Abdul Sawat, AJ Miranda, Paul Garcia. Is Galinato and I don't think Galinato is entering the draft. Paulo Hernandez.
Paulo Hernandez, yeah. So to everybody from the MPBL putting their names in for tomorrow's PBA draft, we wish you well. But of course, we will always be proud of you guys coming from here, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.
You're not happy with that call.
Parang minsan lang magreklamo si Papa Ray dito eh, no?
For me, that's a good call because there was a hip extension para galing dito kay Reynel Hugnatan to try and limit itong si Abdul Sawat who was already in motion in getting to that attack.
Sawat will once again be tested here. Missing on the first free throw. Quezon City, konti na nga naging attempt nila from the line. They're not making the most out of it as well.
It's going to be free throw number 11 and 12 para dito kay Abdul Sawat.
Second one is good for the former Batangas City player. Panganiban from the wing. Nothing but nylon para kay Nico Panganiban.
Just too wide open. That's a good pass fake to the corner, leaving him wide open on the wing.
Under 50 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Gani gets the step on Wamar and finishes with the left hand.
That's one of the weapons of Hubert Cani, looking to pass, but he has that drive and able to really maximize on the lanes given to him.
Panganiban couldn't get it this time. Battle for the loose ball ends up with Papa Ray. A 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Panganiban gets bumped on the side baseline rather by Kosari.
It's a push galing dito kay Amar Kosari.
Poor decision there because that's gonna mean free throws para dito kay Nico Panganiban.
And Nico Panganiban was not in a good situation anymore. Very deep into that corner. No need for Amar to really go for that push. Pero pagkakataon to para sa San Juan to extend the lead to 8.
Right, usually the trick is you step on the baseline.
Yes.
When you're trying to help on that drive.
Not natural to a lot of defenders though. Kasi parang sa mindset ng tao, there is a play in line. But if you're a defender, there are no out of bounds.
That's true. That's a very good point. You actually make those lines your friends when you're playing defense. 5 seconds left. Garcia fakes out Hugnatan. Bounce pass inside. Sawat goes up without the basketball. And that's it. No foul was called. Coach Egay on the playing floor asking for that foul.
Everybody is furious with that non-call. That could have cut the lead to only 6 to end the third quarter. But this is an 8-point lead. A very good recovery from San Juan. After a slow start in the third quarter, Mike Calisaan and the rest of the squad really helped out. Nico Panganiban, Mike Calisaan, Orlan Wamar. These veterans have been chipping in and helping out for them to be able to get an 8-point lead.
Calisaan, 6 of those 10 points coming in that third quarter that just finished. Once again, 59-51 ang ating score at the end of the third quarter. This is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Take a look at the update of our player matchup. Two premier point guards here in the league, Orlan Lamar and Hubert Gani, scoring 10 points each here as we enter the fourth and final frame. But the advantage lies on the side of Orlan Lamar because his Knights are up ahead by 8, 59-51. Lamar has been doing it all once again para dito sa Sanman Knights. Aside from scoring 10 points, he has dished out 6 assists and has provided multiple possessions para dito sa kanilang kupunan. Kenny also doing the same, a little bit of everything. 3 rebounds and 3 assists as well para sa kanya. There you see almost identical numbers for the two best point guards here in the MPBL, Hubert Kenny and Orlon Mar. Maraming salamat sa pagdalo sa aming coverage dito sa Philoil Eco Oil Center here in San Juan City. Everybody watching on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal, Satellite Channel 53 on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as the Pilipinas Live app. We thank you so much. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Gianna Lianes. Quarter scoring right there on your screen. San Juan winning the first and third quarters, scoring 22 each, while Quezon City was able to get the second period ahead by 4, 19-15. So they will have to buckle down to work here, especially the first few minutes of this final frame, to try and keep this one close. Sawat tracks down the long rebound. Jessalem, step to the left, three-point shot, no good. Sawat, another offensive rebound. He has working his butt off on the offensive glass tonight.
Abdul Sawat, 7 points, 5 rebounds. But you're right, Javi. He has been working extra today in this ball game, especially without JP Kawilan. He is tasked to play a lot more of that 4 possession, and he has not been disappointing. Abdul Sawat, 8.6 rebounds.
Well, at least you could see by the way that he's been playing, he's relishing the opportunity of having more minutes on the floor para dito sa kanyang kupunan. Omar now being guarded by Chino Mosqueda. 2-point guard rotation para dito kay Coach Egay Macaraya to start the fourth quarter. Having Cani and Mosqueda both on the floor. 2 former high school teammates reunited here with Quezon City. That's a stop for the Toda Action. Sawat, what a fake. And the finish on the other side.
But you also have to credit the find of Hubert Cani on that fast break. 4 red shirts, no problem.
However, that was a quick answer coming from Orlon Omar. Saw that the defense was not set yet. Saw the opportunity to go inside, practically unbothered for that layup. Cani meets the basketball. Shot clock under 10 here. Cani picks up his dribble. Sawat now. He's got to make something happen here. Sawat, the floater. Wala. Ballesteros taps it to Hubert. Mosqueda gets it to Sawat on the baseline. Dangerous pass. Jessalem. Back to Abdul. Sawat. Wala. Mosqueda gets it back. Shot clock did not reset. Somebody's got to take it. Jessalem for 3. No. Still multiple possessions there for Quezon City. At least they got to be happy about that. They're not going to be happy about that, though.
Good touch passing galing dito sa San Juan. A quick find from Dexter Maiquez going to Mike Malonzo. And looks like this big 5 is doing the damage para dito sa Knights.
And this is the play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Mike Malonzo getting that nifty touch pass right there coming from Dexter Maiquez, who is also trying to do it all here para sa San Juan Knights. They're up by 7, 63-56.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Kaya pala natin. Yun daw ang initial reaction ng QC sa kanilang first half performance. Pero syempre, the biggest challenge is really sustaining it. Coach Egay had to refocus his players' attention last huddle, telling them it is a blessing for the score to be this close with all odds against us. Kaya wag daw nila pakawalan itong oportunidad. Coach Egay adds, be patient. Look for the open shots on offense. At wag kayong magalit if the shot misses. Papasok din yan. Hindi pa daw tapos ang laro, and if they win this, it will be huge for them. Back to you guys.
That certainly will be the case, but as of now, they're down by 7, 63-56, talking about Quezon City. At Juanito, looking at the situation right now para dito sa Quezon City, what is it they exactly have to do at this point to be able to make this a ball game?
No, they have to find another game plan. The 3-point shot has not been working their side the past few possessions. Even in the third quarter, not as much as in the first half. So they have to be able to find a way in getting those attacks. Hubert Cani and Chino Mosqueda are two guys who are very capable attackers. They just have to find the right angles.
And also, if I might add to that, I don't think we've seen enough scoring coming from William Bing.
Oh yes, that's right. Those three are actually very, very capable scorers here in this league.
This is the foul against Jesalem, who tried to stop a ceiling Dexter Marquez. Get another good delivery coming from Orlan Omar, recognizing his big man, making the early work.
That's been a problem para dito sa Quezon City. Every time that San Juan is trying to go for a fast break, usually it's a big that's running first. And ang nagre-recover para dito sa QZ is a guard. So they are forced to foul. Wow, what a three. Off balance, off the left.
And also had to hang for a bit in the air to adjust his shot. What a make galing kay Orlan Omar. Lead now back up to 10, 66 to 56. Mosqueda facing up. Marquez trying to play cat and mouse there on the baseline. Whatever happened there, defense absolutely worked for San Juan. Malonzo, though, could not keep his hands on the basketball. Almost threw it away. Wamar against Chino Mosqueda. Behind the back, tad bit too fancy there. Galing kay Orlan Wamar. Good thing that the Knights get to keep it.
Masyadong na-excite si Orlan Wamar off his roller. Just a little too fancy. He was already wide open itong si Dexter Marquez if he went for a simple bounce pass.
Medyo nahuli yung pagtanggap ng bola eh. No?
Medyo nasa likod, nasa likod.
Galinato will come in para kay Nico Panganiban. Michael Are has also come in for Quezon City naman. Pinalitan mo na si Hubert Cani. At don't expect Cani to be on the bench for a while. He's definitely going to be back inside, at least in the next couple of minutes. That's a score for the Knights. This lead is now up to 12. Mosqueda pops out. Mosqueda drives on Galinato. Mosqueda to the corner. Are couldn't hit the three. A three-point shot has definitely escaped Quezon City here in the second half, only shooting one, making one from the outside. Wamar bounces it to Marquez. This time he keeps it old-fashioned. Galinato from the corner. Wala. Marquez. Another possession para San Juan. This time Dexter puts the ball on the deck. Back out to Galinato. Galinato with the right hand on the other side.
Quick ball rotation para dito sa Knights. Enough for them to be able to get a driving lane eventually. Galinato and Marquez using that two-man game to perfection.
This lead slowly growing here for the Knights. Quezon City has to do something about it. Sawat goes up strong. Didn't even come close to the ring. Counter steal by Quezon City. Mosqueda rejects the screen. Mosqueda puts it up. That floater not hitting any iron on that shot by Chino Mosqueda.
It's been a struggle para dito kay Chino Mosqueda. Usually one of the best slashers para dito sa Toda Action. But today, not the best games para kay Chino.
Wamar picks up his dribble. Shot clock at 6. Hugnatan from the outside. What a bailout coming from Reynel Hugnatan.
It's so scary. That elevator going to the wing para dito kay Orlan Wamar. Eventually, no one rolls. Both of the screeners actually pop out. So, ang daming options para dito kay Orlan Wamar for outside shooters in his bigs.
This lead has ballooned to 17 for the Knights. Experience coming into play now at this point para San Juan. Wamar, another breakaway.
Never wanted anything fancy para dito si Orlan Wamar on that last possession. Already learned this lesson off that behind the back pass. This time around, took it strong.
And this was the feed to Reynel Hugnatan for that three-point shot. It's been a big run for the Knights here at the start of the fourth quarter. We're already past 5 minutes here in the final frame. And this was the finish, again, coming from Orlan Momar Jr. 4 minutes and 26 ang natitira sa laro na to. We'll be back. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. Live na live pa rin ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa PhilOil Eco Oil Center here in San Juan City. The final game of our Saturday triple header here in the MPBL. Our first game, the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards were able to get past the Negros Muscovados. And in our second matchup, the Quezon Huskers keeping their record unblemished against the Abra Weavers, who actually made a big comeback from 28 points down, but just falling short in the end game. Here, Quezon City is hoping that there is still at least one final comeback para sa kanila in the books. They're down by 19 points. 4 minutes to go in this game. Galinato runs into two brick walls. Taiwan short. Cani will push. Hubert crossover to the middle. Floater, yes.
I like the addition of Hubert Cani para dito sa Quezon City. He's been playing well, but aside the three-pointer, there has been no threat para dito sa Quezon City, and they have to be able to answer that in the next coming games.
75-58, Malonzo double team out to Galinato. Marquez will not take it. Oh, now he does. And why not? Texter Marquez connecting from the outside. Lead is 20, 78-58. Just when you thought these two teams were gonna battle it out till the end game, blow by blow, San Juan trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Another stop here for the Knights. Empty possession after empty possession has come for them here in the final frame.
And what I love about the Knights is that everybody is chipping in here in the second half. Mike Malonzo has been very, very quiet, but has been doing the dirty work para dito sa Knights, and that is a good addition for them here in the late game.
Every team needs those kinds of guys, players who will actually go for those loose balls, dive for it. Minsan magbubuwis pa ng buhay para lang makuha yung possession para sa inyong koponan.
And that is exactly what Mike Malonzo brings to the table para dito sa San Juan.
Ubalde floats it up, left-hand finish, wala yun. Sawat leaves it Kosari, the stretch and score. 78-60. Paul Garcia whistled for the foul there. He was claiming na siya naman yung tinulak. And he's still having a conversation there with Marvin Taiwan. Can't believe that it was called against him.
Marvin Taiwan not liking also the physicality being brought in by Paul Garcia in that last play.
Well, you know, Paul, for one, will have to get used to that. He's going to be seeing much more of that, especially if he wants to move up in the basketball world. And there you go. Nabigyan na nga sila ng warning. Two minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the game. Taiwan breaks free but met there by the defense of Michael Are.
Taiwan could have actually given up that basketball, pero nanggigil din siya na iwan itong si Paul Garcia in that last play. Almost a turnover on that blindside double. The ball will go back para dito sa San Juan.
Taiwan out of the corner. Hernandez catch and fire. Wala yan. We now enter the final 2 minutes of this one, brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Kosari whistled for the personal. That's number 3 on him. Third personal na rin para dito sa Quezon City. Toda aksyon. Joseph Ubalde joining in on the party.
And the hometown hero makes everybody happy off that jump shot. Hubert Cani silences right away everybody here in San Juan.
Oh, he will not go gentle into the good night. Talking about Hubert Cani, he wants to make sure that they will be fighting until the final buzzer here. And I hope his teammates do understand that as well.
Actually, yun talaga ang gusto ko dito kay Hubert Cani. They're down 17, but there is no change in the energy and the fight in Hubert Cani. He's been the leader the whole game. He's been able to score, able to set up his teammates, and yet here in the end game, it's still him fighting it out para sa Quezon City.
Oh, ganyan naman talaga. That's the mark of a true leader para dito kay Hubert Cani. The Knights will be calling one of their last timeouts here. 1 minute and 40 remaining in this game. We'll take a short break. San Juan has defeated Iloilo, Abra, Valenzuela. They lost to Rizal here, that famous triple overtime game, 100 to 104. They defeated Binyan and Nueva Ecija. So it's only that Rizal game that has besmirched their record here inside the Pilola Oil Center.
And when you look at that list, it's actually Rizal who is probably the bottom
Yeah,
on that standing.
sila yung pinakamababang ranking dun sa mga teams na yun.
So they've been beating big teams here at home. Itong San Juan.
Well, Rizal has certainly had a reputation of being giant slayers dito sa 6th season ng ating liga. Taking down Pampanga in their opening game before beating San Juan here. John Galinato able to get inside to the cup and score 2 points. Cani blitz, gave it up. Kosari out to Are, who was open for a while now. 6 that jumper from the left wing. That's a 3-pointer. Galing kay Michael Are.
3-pointer number 10 para dito sa Quezon City. Live and die, that is the game plan of QC. But here in today's ball game, seems like kukulangin sila ng ere in terms of that 3-pointer.
Ubalde picks up his dribble. Defended here by Kosari. Ubalde gives it up. Taiwan will take it. That's money for Marwin Taiwan.
And that is coming off Ubalde. A mini dribble drive motion coming from Ubalde to Taiwan. Not even the most wide open shot para kay Marwin, but off that rhythm, a 3 for Marwin.
Hubert Cani continues to work here para sa Quezon City despite the score. That's already 18 points in the game para kay Hubert Cani.
One of the better games for Hubert.
I think the best game that he has now para sa Quezon City. Are trying to get inside for an opportunity. It's Sawat. Soberano right in front of him. Are relocates to the corner. Lock and load. That is bullseye para kay Mike Are.
No stopping para dito sa Quezon City, and that is the way you want to be able to play this ball game. You might be down right now, but you continue to play all the way up to the final buzzer.
Cani will give up the foul. That's only the 14th foul para sa Quezon City, but only 19 seconds remaining here. Looks like final score na lang natin dito if San Juan will still try to put on a basket. Are still pressuring heavily here on Marwin Taiwan. 8 seconds left. It seems that the Knights will dribble this one away. That's one last attempt coming from Galinato, and that is gonna be it. San Juan Knights making sure that Quezon City remembers why they are a champion franchise here in the league.
Hey, what a second half being played here by the San Juan Knights. Not really the strongest first half, only 37 points, but a huge 48 second half para dito sa Knights to eventually get a big lead and the victory here in this ball game.
A lot of great performers in this game for the Knights, but we'd also like to acknowledge the guys out of QC, Hubert Cani and Jerusalem, as well as Abdul Sawat for turning in double-digit performances. Pero sa kabila, Kalisaan, Panganiban, also scoring in double figures para naman sa San Juan Knights. To backstop itong ating player of the game, who else but Orlon Omar?
Really, the guy who carried the team in the second half is Orlan Wamar. He only scored 7 points in the first half, but getting that 12 points in the second half was huge for them to eventually be comfortable, get a big lead, and get home with a win.
Wamar is our best player of this game, brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. Once again, our final score, 85-72. San Juan will move up in the team standings at 14-1, still behind the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, who are at 16-1, while Quezon City will fall to 8-10. Our final score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Let's go at courtside with Ms. Gianna Lianes, who is with Orlan Omar.
Congratulations to our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Best Player of the Game, Orlan Wamar. He had 19 points. Orlan, maraming similarities ang inyong koponan sa QC. So para sa'yo, saan kayo pinaka nahirapan during the first part of the game?
Mas aggressive sila sa amin nung start ng game, kaya doon kami nahirapan. Gladly nung patapos na nag-step up yung karamihan, pumukpok sa defense and score sa offense.
Nakita nga namin na yung turning point was in the third quarter. Ano yung pinag-usapan nyo para eventually mapalobo ang inyong lamang?
Sa second half namin, sinabi namin na good start dapat, kasi pag slow start pa kami, baka matalo pa kami.
And I'm sure malaking bagay din na andito ang mga supporters nyo sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena. Pasalamatan mo naman lahat ng sumusuporta sa San Juan Knights.
Nagpapasalamat ako sa mga nanood na mga taga San Juan, sa aming team owners, Senator Jigo Estrada, Boss Jeremy Go, Go for Gold, Congressman Brian Yamsuan, Boss James Go, 4-Piece Party List, Fin and Claw Grill, JSU Amusok, Bicol Saro Party List, Power Hoop Sports Clothing, at yung binabati ko yung parents ko sa Bohol, yung papa ko, mama ko, yung kapatid ko, yung lolo ko nasa Cebu ngayon, lola ko, si Coach Julius, yung girlfriend ko nanonood ngayon, si Rafaela Den Rivera, yung lolo niya at yung lola niya at tita-tito nanonood ngayon. Happy birthday kay Markel Taiwan, tsaka kay sino po ba to? Sa anak ni si Sander Maikes. Yun lang.
Okay, thank you very much to our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Best Player of the Game, Orlan Wamar of the San Juan Knights. Back to you, Javi and Juanito.
Maraming salamat, G. Congratulations again to San Juan and to Orlan Wamar for winning another game here at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Our games on Monday happening at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila at 4 o'clock p.m. It's going to be a tussle between the Sarangani Marlins and the Pasay Voyagers. Right after that, the Mindoro Tamaraos will be facing the Parañaque Patriots. And in our main game, the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA will be going up against the Davao Occidental Tigers in another home game para sa kanila on Monday. Maraming salamat sa pagdalo sa aming coverage. Thank you so much to everybody. For my partner, Coach Juanito Gregorio, our courtside reporter, Ms. Gianna Lianes, and for all the hardworking men and women of our production crew, this has been Javi Palanya saying good night from San Juan City. This has been the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.